he had a big ass Samoan
bodyguard.
dude following him.
And that's what Mike said.
I said, you his bodyguard? He don't need you. You probably need him. And everybody started laughing and shit. Welcome back to another episode of the Mike Murphy Show with your host, comedian Mike Murphy, man. This is the best podcast you didn't know you needed to listen to and watch. My co-host, my man, 100 Grand.
John Grimes.
We back in the building, man. Eventful past weekend for us.
Very much so.
Met some big people.
We had it's LA. It was a very star-studded weekend of activities. I don't know what was the most craziest part, but shit, Sunday
was.
Shout out Nate Jackson.
Shout out to the great Nate Jackson. His special dropping on Netflix July 8th.
Yep.
Go check that out. He gave us some game, man. He gave us some, what would you call it, financial literacy?
He gave us a reckoning. Fuck financial literacy. That was a reckoning. And it's really, you know how y'all, there's levels to shit. And you know who's doing it on like a high level right now, just high output, high production, the hottest comics in the game right now. And obviously the Matt Rife, Nate Jackson, Josh Johnson, a few other comics are just like, you see their names and videos everywhere right now. Nate Jackson obviously is one of those people. And as comics, we look at it as like, okay, you know, say doing this thing, but you don't really have a grasp of how they doing it, pause. So we somehow got on the conversation about, damn, man, big rooms all across the country. I would say something along the lines of, oh, man, some of those big-ass rooms, they're probably making $1 million a night on some of these venues. And that's how the conversation started.
And let me interject. They asked me, did I think one comedian in particular was doing $1 million a show? And I was like, nah. Not because I don't think he got the sales. I just didn't think that was a feasible number.
Mathematically possible for the setup.
Yeah, like I thought, like to make that, how much do you have to sell a ticket for, and what venue you have to be in to be making that per show?
Right, and I was thinking just gross sales of $1 million, which to me is $1 million night. Right?
Oh yeah,
so
that was the other thing too. I thought they was talking
net,
so I was like, hell no, we going back and forth or whatever. But even gross, I still thought
gross is crazy. Yeah, the fact
for this particular comedian, because I didn't realize the venues that he might possibly be doing on a regular.
Yo, and so Nate overheard us. Nate's on Twitch live streaming his everyday comedian life. He about to do a set at the Laugh Factory. There's a couple of comedians just sitting down in the corner having this debate. He happens to sit like maybe 4 feet away from us, overhears us saying this, and goes, yeah, you could probably make $1 million in a show. And Mike over here still like, I don't know, man. And I'm pretty sure you could. I just think that it's possible. And in the midst of us having our, what do you call it, broke boy comedian conversation right here.
Starving artist dialect.
Starving artist dialogue. And Nate is so kind to, I don't know if I got one off. Please tell me I got it off me. No, I got it off me. Nate hands us, he's like, you know what?
Enlightens us.
He said, here, this is from yesterday. This is just one show from, 2 shows from yesterday I did at the same venue. And it's a crumpled up check.
It looked like he went swimming in it.
Like, you know,
like he had swimming trunks on and it was in the pocket and then he went.
You know how you fold your fucking CVS receipt because it's so long and you'd be like, here, just fucking put this in my pocket. It was a folded receipt, but the one corner that we did see was the payable amount. And all 3 of us broke boy comedians looked at it, looked back up at him, looked at it again, and just sat back like this.
But to be clear, it was not because people will see this and then take it out of he was not trying to flex or like stunt.
No,
he was like, I hope this helps you have a better understanding for the conversation you're having.
He was providing logic to the possibility of it, saying this is just one show I did yesterday, but there's venues that are way bigger and you can obviously generate more. So with that in mind, we're like, okay, yeah, clearly the number we were talking about is doable, but also, goddamn, one work day is crazy. So shout out Nate Jackson. I want you to know personally, that affected me so much. I just started staring out the window the next 2 days in the morning, just like, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. So and then he went on stage and killed it, by the way.
And he live streamed that.
Live streamed him killing it. And I'm just like, yo, everything I watched from that stage set he did and the conversation we just had, I said, yeah, he is doing exactly what he's supposed to do, earning that check. I went up to him after this set and said, yo, man, you killed that. Thank you for showing me that. Everything checks out. He's like, oh, so if I had a bad set, you'd have told me to unfold that check? I was like, I mean, I'd have told you to straighten it out or something. You can't fold up a check and have a set like that. But no, he earned the folded up set as a check.
But like, the thing too that I think for me at least is this important when I say this is that maybe 5 minutes after he showed us the check, he went back to
work.
I mean, he was still talking to us. We were all still having a conversation. And I don't know if he felt bad or in a moment was like, I don't think I should have done that. Because he said, I don't know if I should have done that. Now y'all looking at me like, ugh. And I was like, nah, I needed that because that was inspiration. And I told him straight up, I said, if any one of us, because it was 3 of us, I didn't know the other dude.
Oh, shout out Mo Hill, very funny comedian based out of Ohio.
Okay, yeah, so you know him. I didn't know him, right? So, and I know you well enough that I know you didn't feel like, man, fuck this.
No.
So I said, if anybody is here who looked at that and was like, man, this month, I'm like, don't be around them because that's not the kind of people you want. If you show me some shit like that, like, hey, this is possible, bro, I'm thankful because now I'm inspired.
Yo, I think that we were the right people to have done it for. And I think he wouldn't have done that for any other random
he knows
comics.
us.
I think he was like, yo, these young guys coming up, there's a spots to be taken, and y'all need to know that this is what happens when you get those spots. And like, I just saw nothing but motivation from it, man, because to me, this last 7 days for me have been like insane in terms of motivation. Just seeing little small results, and then you see things like that, somebody coming from up, coming back down and go, yo, I'm in the league. They in the NBA, we in the G League, but he telling you this is a game check in the league, bro. Work on that jumper, work on your free throws, work on your hustle, and they might call you up one day. That's how I felt about that. And I was just like, you're right, bro.
The other thing about that, too, was if the comedian that we were talking about, I mean, I'll say it's not a big, it was Matt Rife. The debate about was he doing $1 million a show, that's what we're talking about. It's not a negative, so I'll say it. And he's probably actually doing more than that, especially with merch. Guaranteed.
Yeah, and if you ask him, he probably say, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. So if it was Matt there and we were like, hey, look, we're not trying to be in your business. And he's like, oh, no. And he pulled out a check and it had $1.2 million or something on it. That would have not had the same effect on me as what Nate did because the rooms Nate are doing are very, very tangible. What Matt is doing is sort of an anomaly.
Sort of. When you get to that level, every era or generation has comics that you're like, that's a crazy room to do, my boy. Like, I don't even know if he's doing comedy no more in that big ass room. Like,
yeah, so it's
he's
like
on that wave right now, like the goddamn room.
I mean, we all want to be. I can't speak for you, but for me, I want to reach my maximum potential.
Absolutely.
That may not be arenas. That may not, whatever my maximum potential is. If I reach that, I've succeeded. So you see someone like Matt, that may not be my maximum potential. My max may be here, or it may be that in a different light, or whatever. But him showing that to me would have just been like, damn. That's like Kevin Hart showing me a check, like, oh, LOL did this. I'll be like, oh, okay. That doesn't motivate me at all because I'll be like, bro, that's a whole bunch of, that's different. What Nate did was, bro, you could, realistically, what Nate's doing from today, we could be doing that in 2 years, a year from now.
What Nate Jackson did, yeah. And like, he's got the accolades. Like, he's been on TV. He's done like podcasts and whatnot. But like, for him to do that, and I think that for most general public people to be picking up on him now versus 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, they've been in the game for a minute. But if you said the average person that go to a show now, they might be like, well, I may have seen him before, but I really know who he is now, right?
Oh, facts.
So
that's why it looks like overnight success.
That's why it feels like, but then overnight for Nate is what, 25 plus years, right? He's been in the game 28 years. And you think about that part and you go, all right, let me humble myself. Like, I'm year 11, right?
I just said year 6, two weeks ago.
So like, if we sat here and go, man, they taking out money. Like, nigga, what? Get 10, 15 plus more years in the game before you start taking somebody, like, getting upset about somebody else's check. So for me, I'm always from a place of like, yo, they've been doing it, they earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sticking around for 20 plus years, you are already in the earnings of something more because you deserve it if you stuck around for 2 decades in this fucking genre. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this, right? And then I'll go on to the next or how our week been playing, the last 7 days played out. So, story about Nate Jackson. I moved to LA December 30th of 2019. The first night I decided, all right, it's time to go know people and introduce myself to this comedy world. I went to Chocolate Sundays. It was in end of January, maybe. I go into Chocolate Sundays. I'm looking at the the lineup or whatever. Nate Jackson's on there. Nate Jackson, France, Cassius, a couple other people. I screenshot it there's a good reason. I sit down, the show's going on. I go to the bathroom. I'm leaving the bathroom, and you know the Laugh Factory, so the comedians be standing under, like where the bathroom's at.
By the big booth.
When I walk out, me and Kevin Hart bump into each other. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. I'm thinking it's just a regular, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, you going up? He was like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? And at that moment, I was like, this is what LA is about. Coming to the comedy club and someone like Kev just dropping in and doing a set. Well, he bumped Nate Jackson. And you know, sometimes they bump him and they still let him go, but nah, he got bumped. He just didn't do that show. And I remember France going up after Kev and was like, yeah, give it up for my opener or whatever. And he was like real cocky about it. He did good. So it wasn't like, you come out like that, you better, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking back now, if you look back, that was in 2020, January, 5.5 years ago. He went from, I'm getting bumped from, that nigga, they would not even dare fix their lips to say that we're bumping Nate Jackson for Kev on a lineup with other comedians. He's the one not getting bumped. And Kev's probably not gonna close out the show. Nate's gonna close it out. So to go from getting bumped to, hey, we're gonna have you close it out after Kev, he just gonna do 30 and leave.
Yeah, like that Sunday night, there were comics there who wanted to perform, but Nate was already up. And it was like, are we gonna let somebody else go up after Nate, or are we gonna end the show with Nate?
Yeah, and the one comic that we thought was gonna go up could have done an equally good job.
And at due time, it's gonna be him that you're not gonna go up at, like maybe a year, or maybe a year and a half max. That's gonna be he closing the show out. Nobody's going up after that because ain't nobody gonna want to go.
I say a year max, but yeah, that was
So this journey has been crazy, man, and I think this is the best part about a portion of this podcast. The best part about this is that maybe people who come along on a ride with us will see in the future, but like you see us coming from a vantage point of looking up, right? And maybe, as we want it to be, that there's a point that the vantage point will be level. And then the vantage point will be, man, the young guys really doing their thing. I'm glad they like to ask us questions. So I think this is the best part of the journey. And as Tony always says it, but he said it to me, and I never forgot it. Enjoy being a nobody.
He said that
when you was there, right? I was like, enjoy being a nobody, because to me, honestly, and I believe this is the best part. Me wanting everything I don't have. Because when you get everything, you know how humans are. We just go,
what's next?
This is nice, but I guess I haven't done what? Perform for the fucking Queen of England or some shit. Like, you just keep adding on shit. But this journey of going up and seeing like the OG comics being like, even being was dope enough to even look at us and go, I can show you a little nigga something. Like, that's a credit in itself. That they even think enough of us to do that. You wouldn't do that to any open micer. You wouldn't do that to any regular comic. Like,
it's a respect thing. It's like, yo, I see you guys. I know what you're doing. You with the right people.
When Nate Jackson walked in on his live stream, I'm finding that goddamn clip. He dapped us up, and then he turned back to his camera of the camera. He had a videographer the entire time with a host in his video. He wasn't doing his live stream. Somebody was working for him.
No, he has an employee.
He had employees there. And he turns back to the camera and goes, this is the future of comedy right here. And I got to find that clip. So if you follow Nate Jackson on Twitch on Sunday, July 22nd,
I told you,
find that clip. I'm gonna send it to you.
I told you, I got the link.
But that was just dope that he did that, and yeah, man. But that was just the beginning of a like our last 4 or 5 days. Like, that was Sunday.
So for me, Monday, I'm doing. I'm in an audience for Hollywood Squares, and so when I get to the show, now I'm cool with Nate Burleson. Shout out my man Nate. He became a fan of my work on social media a while back. The host of the show, he hosts Hollywood Squares.
Former NFL player.
CBS broadcaster.
Seahawks,
I think it's Paramount now, I don't know. But so me and him is cool. We text all the time, whatever. When I found out I was gonna be in the audience, I hit him up. Yo, I'm gonna be on the show. He said, all right, I'll see you when you get there. I'm like, cool. We get to the show and they sit you, randomly wherever. They bring everybody out, everybody's clapping or whatever, do the show. After the show, I'm sitting there talking to some girl. He comes up. I didn't see him right away. He walked up. Yo, what's up, bro? Now, it looks to the average person like I'm more famous than him. Because usually you're walking up like, hey, can I get a pic? You know what I mean? I didn't see him come up. So he's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, oh, what's going on? We hug each other, dab each other, boom, 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 whatever. you gonna be here for the rest of the shows? I'll holler at you when we get done. I'm like, cool. So as we're leaving, chick is like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, I don't know what you talking about. I'm humble, you know what I'm saying? All right.
You've established that you're just chilling in the crowd like everybody else.
I'm just in the crowd with everybody. I'm just sitting there.
All right.
So the show's over. Hey, give it up for your stars. All the cast, like the people in the squares, they're going back to the green room. He comes up from the hosting spot, walks right to me because he's seen me when he came out. Like, we made eye contact. So he walks over. Oh, what's up, bro? Oh, what's good? Oh. We talk for a minute. Yo, make sure you see me before you leave. Cool, bet. Chick next to me, we're like leaving for lunch. The chick's like, who the fuck are you? I was like, I don't know. I'm nobody. Like, she looking at me crazy. I'm like, all right, I'll leave. Go to lunch. We come back. I see Method Man is in the square. His name is on the square. I hit him up. Yo, bro, I'm here. He comes out. We don't see each other. The girl I'm with is like, oh my God, Method Man. Oh, that's my crush from the 90s. She's hype. I don't say nothing. Because if I don't see him, then it look like I'm just like name dropping. You know what I mean? And then she's like, get the fuck out of here. That's the ick. I don't want to do that. So I don't say nothing. I just keep quiet. He walk up, Mike Murphy, my nigga, funny as hell. What's up with you? Same thing. Walk straight up to me. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Sit down. She's like, oh my God, how do you know him? I'm like, yeah, we cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing it like that, right? So I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm humble. I don't be doing this shit, right?
You could smash her.
So I was trying to use that I was like, if I can get her a picture with him, maybe that'll give me access to that box, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Vicariously.
That square. You get that square right there.
If I get that square,
Hollywood square.
MET, man. So that happens or whatever, boom, boom, boom. So there's a comedian named Janelle James from Abbott Elementary. Shout out, Miss James. I inboxed her a while ago saying, hey, I don't know if you got a feature. I'll let her go on the road with you, boom, 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 boom. It didn't get read, you know what I mean?
Big time actress, by the way. The principal of Abbott
principal
Elementary.
of Abbott Elementary. Yeah.
She's a big deal now.
She's dope, and she's so beautiful too. You know what I mean? So it's
Beautiful.
like when the first show, I wasn't clapping. They warm you up. They want to get you. I'm saving my claps for the show. So she looked at me. She's like, clap. Like she's in her square looking at me. So I'm like, oh, this is fake. Now I got to get her somehow to look at the message. We go to lunch. I message her because I'm thinking she's not gonna be on the next show. Hey, it was nice seeing you at the Hollywood Squares today. Look forward to working with you in the future. Something like that, right? I come back, talk to Meth. Then when Meth comes back, he's talking to her. And I don't know if they had a conversation where she was like, oh, who's that? Or whatever, you know what I mean? Because she was talking to me before that. Goes into her Instagram. When she's in her square, she looks at me. She's like, points to her phone. I'm like, I give her the head nod. She was like, check it. I'm like, oh, okay. I pull out my phone. She's like, oh, hey there. I didn't know that was you. She's like, I was wondering. I was like, I didn't think you was going to read the message. She's like, no, I check them every once in a while. But to answer your other question, I do have a feature or whatever. Something changes, I'll let you know. She was like, but I wish you success. I'm like, likewise, da da da. She's like, yeah, you cool, boom, 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 bet. So the girl's still sitting next to me like, oh, the dude came over, you can't be in your phone. I was like, oh, I'm replying to Janelle. He's like, oh, okay. She's like, who are you? What's your Instagram? I'm like, oh, I'm just showing. You know what I mean? So that's my Monday.
Fire.
Sunday, Nate. Monday, that.
Tuesday. Well, Tuesday starts off with...
It started off with you.
Yeah, I'm in the podcast. So when I sit in sometimes on Tony Rock, Trey Elliott, and Joe Fox, Live from the Green Room podcast.
Live from the Green Room. Subscribe.
We filmed that. And the guest, I never know who the guest is. I just kind of be chilling. I pull up. And then if they tell me, they tell me. If not, when I get there, I find out who the guest is. But the guest Tuesday was Tiffany Haddish. And
shout out Tiffany Haddish.
Shout out Tiffany Haddish.
She got an amazing
comedian,
story.
Actress, extraordinaire, helper of people, like
philanthropist.
I really want to say, from like a non-famous standpoint, there are a lot of nobodies out there in the world, meaning like non-famous people, and you have an idea of a celebrity. You think you have an idea of a celebrity, like, and I look at her from a comedian vantage point. Really, I don't look at her as a civilian or like that. But I still think to myself, like, well, as a civilian, you think about what you see in the news, what you see on TV, stuff like that, and you might see all that and think like, who is this person? Like, what is their life like and all of that?
Yeah, most of those people don't get the viewpoint.
They don't get, yeah. So I never looked at her like that. I always thought to myself, like, she is a regular person that just happens to be famous.
Yeah.
That's how I look at her, right?
From South Central.
From the minute she sat down, that is exactly what she exemplified. I am a regular person who happens to be famous now. And like in the first 3 minutes of the podcast, she's like, yeah, y'all be seeing me getting pulled over. Yeah, I get pulled over. What the fuck? Everybody else get pulled over too. I'm like, damn, she really do just face everything head on. And I was just like, wow, she really do just talk it, live it how she talk it. And just listening to her talk and her experiences and how like she's very honest about how she was living in her car. Like it's one of her biggest
Oh,
jokes.
that's her.
And like
That's her villain arc. Like
exactly. I told her like, yo, they knew her way long. I knew her like 10 years prior to when I saw her basically.
Oh, Joe and them.
Yeah, I saw her in 2014 with my girl. We went. That was like our first date. We went to Long Beach Laugh Factory.
But she in Girl Trip wasn't out yet, or just
no, she was not. She was to me a comic on the stage. I told her I only remember 2 comics from that show. Darren Carter, the party starter, and you. Bro, I was like, bro, wildin'. And I said to myself, I remember a very funny black girl who had this joke where she did the joke where like kind of did like a horse walk. As soon as I said that, she's like, oh yeah, I remember that joke, blah, blah, blah. And me and my girl walked away like, yo, that black girl was really funny. And then next time we saw her, it was the Girl Trip commercial. My girl was like, isn't that the girl from the... I said, oh shit, that is her. And so to me, I was like, that's like overnight success. In my brain, it's like, I just saw you this day, and I see you in a fucking commercial the next day with Jada Pinkett and Queen Latifah. And I just happened to ask, like, yo, how was life for you? Because I know you do the jokes about living in a car. Was you like thriving in 2014 when I saw you versus when that movie dropped? She was like, nigga, no. Like, my life was still up and down, boom, boom, having it and not having it. And like, so I just think it's so crazy how we can not have it, and then one day you have it, or you have the moment that's gonna take you, boom. Because if I saw her in 2014, no matter how her life was going, if I told her, hey, in a year, you about to book the craziest role, it's gonna change your life forever, she'd be like, okay, I guess we'll see. But like, it's just really crazy to see. And then please watch that interview because she is very raw, very honest. And she had a lot of points that I thought to myself, like, damn, people need to see this.
Oh, it's hard. It'll be out by the time
you
it's come out.
See this.
But we're filming it today.
Live from the green room. Like, yo, Tiffany Haddish is an excellent interview. The dopest part about that is that was a great interview. Not dopest part, but we go down to the Hollywood Laugh Factory immediately after, and she drops in and does a set. That's how big of a comic you are when you drop in on the show and do a set. Because that lineup, shout out Ruben Paul, Ruby Tuesdays. He had a crazy lineup that night. It was
Russell
like 5
Peters,
or 6.
Adam Ray,
Godfrey.
Bobby Lee, Godfrey. Tiffany dropped in.
And Tiffany drops in. Like, that's how big was the comic you got to be to drop in on that show. And I was just like, that's fire.
You know why I love Tiffany so much, man? Like, a lot of people will say, oh, she's not funny, this, that, and third. Like, her story is amazing, right? But this is why I love Tiffany. So Tiffany has a foundation because it helps like young girls like in the foster care system.
She's so committed to
the Chocolate Sundays in 2021 Christmas party, I won a TV in a raffle. And so I didn't need the TV. I seen Tiffany one day at maybe Ruby Tuesdays, at the Laugh Factory. And I said, hey, Tiff, my name's Mike. I'm a community brother. I said, I know you got a foundation. I said, I want a TV at a raffle. I want to just give it to your foundation for them girls or whatever, because I'm not going to use it now. I can't think of nothing better to do with it. And I would be, you know what I mean? I used to, for people to know, my first job when I got out the military, I worked at a group home. So I got ties with that. So I was like, I want to do that. She was like, cool. I said, you got an assistant or an email? She was like, hey, give me your phone. I gave her my phone. She's like, that's my personal number. I don't think you're going to give it to nobody. Call me tomorrow. I'm like, oh, shit. For me, this is girls' trips. I'm like, just give me her personal number. And I ain't the type to be like, yeah, you know, I didn't even want to call her for like a day or two. But I just sent her a text, hey, I met you last night. She's like, boy, I know who you is. She was like, I'm going to call you in an hour or whatever. We'll set it up. Calls me back. I meet the head of her foundation or whatever. I donate the TV. She gives me a form to sign, like, because they have to do that. I'm like, okay, cool. Fast forward, my daughter goes home to Pittsburgh for the summer. She gets into a fight with another girl at a fair, county fair or some shit. They get a little summons. My daughter got to do community service. If she does it, basically everything will go away. But my daughter's out here now. I don't know nobody out here. I call Tiff. Hey, my daughter, don't worry about it. Call the doctor again who's in front of it. She'll set everything up. My daughter goes out with Tiffany and them and does community service with the foundation to get her hours. Signs the paper, send it to me right away. She's like, tell your daughter, you know what I mean, she's going to be fine. This happens, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't let her be. I'm like, damn. Send it to the judge. They clear everything.
Real person.
My daughter went back home like, yeah, I did community service with Tiffany. Like, I don't even think she realizes the magnitude of that, but I love her so much for that because she's, like you said, so she could have gave me her personal number. Like, I don't think you'll give it to anybody. Call me tomorrow. I was like, oh shit. And she remembered me, and from that TV shit, and then helped my daughter out.
Tiffany is a real person, man.
Real as fuck.
We got done with that podcast, right? And everybody go down to the Laugh Factory. And I walk through the door, and it's Tiffany and Finesse Mitchell, right? Which is
shout out to Finesse. He got a special coming out.
Shout out to Finesse. Saturday Night Live, like, they're the legendary comic. And like, oh, shit. These two big-ass comics at the front door. I, like, try to smile and walk past it, but I just, like, knock over all the drinks on the counter next to me.
Did you?
Yeah, Tiffany is like, wow, nigga. I'm like, I know. This was not smooth at all. I was
at the Laugh Factory?
Just when I walked in right after the podcast. So it's like, what's wrong with this nigga? I'm like, I'm sorry. I was just trying to say hi to y'all, but I knocked over these drinks. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to just go. And like, because I didn't know Tiffany prior to the podcast.
So you did or didn't?
Did not know her.
Oh, okay.
Like, we didn't have like any. She's seen me probably in like the rooms or sitting with Tone.
But never a personal,
never actually had
interaction.
Like interaction. So I was just like, this after that interview of 3 hours, 2.5 hours. She's probably like, oh, I know the young guy is now. But like, it's just funny that like as soon as I see her at the club again, instead of being like, oh, what up, Tip, blah, blah, it was just like, hey, sorry, blah, blah. Knocking with shit. And now they're like, well, you know this little nigga? Like, I don't know that nigga. Like, it was just such an awkward moment. I was like,
he with you? Nah.
No, it's so fucking John to do that dumb shit. But then we get to Ruben Tuesdays. That's a chaotic scene. It's celebrity comedians there.
I haven't seen the Laugh Factory packed like that in a long time.
It was packed.
That was crazy.
Ruben packed it out. He had a crazy lineup, and the crowd showed out for that. And the star power was there. And ironically, one of our more viral videos from our podcast.
Yeah, definitely like top 3.
The Mike Tyson versus John Bone Jones debate. Who would you rather fight? And I come in and see Mike. Mike like, yo, you know what's funny? Bro,
so what happened was I was talking to 2 females, whatever, just regular conversation in the lounge. And Shang, the comedian, came up and I dapped him up and he was like, come on, man, you all shaking my hand all hard on that strong shit. Yeah. We going back and forth or whatever. And I'm like, nah. I ain't strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and everybody's laughing. And the one dude was sitting there and he was like, I was like, you know why I don't like when people say stuff like that? Or because I said, us as men, there'll be someone that hears that and be like, I'll fuck him up. Like it's like a challenge. Something. I said, I walk in the gym and I don't know none of these people. And I be looking at him like, I could take him. Oh, he looks strong as hell. Like I said, we just do that. We size each other up. And if you see another dude being like hoisted up, I was like, don't do that. Cause I don't want, you know what I mean? I was like, then he was like, Shane was like, you think strength equates to fight? And I said, no, but men will say, oh, he's saying he's this, I can outdo him. And the dude, I don't know who he is. He was like, why don't you ask Stylebender? He's right over there. And I was like,
Stylebender.
No, don't try to play me.
You said Stylebender the first time.
Yeah,
but it is Stylebender.
It's Stylebender, yeah.
Okay.
So he said that. And he's trying to look. Hold on. I said Stylebender, I said it wrong. It's Stylebender, but he made it a point to like try to humiliate me. Like, what'd you say? Say it again? No, say it slow so I can say it wrong. Anyways, to my credit, I'm not like a huge like UFC.
It's an Instagram name anyway. It's not his real name.
I know like the people, but I thought it was Starbender, so I apologize, but it's Stylebender.
Israel
and Asada, right?
Adesanya,
yeah. So he was like, he's over there. Ask him. I said,
the Laugh Factory, I'll be there.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Like, the fuck? But I didn't actually see him anyways. So we sit down, we're talking, he comes up to us. I don't know what happened, but he said something to me. He dapped me up and we start talking. And I said, oh shit, I gotta ask him the question about the Tyson or the John. So I asked him, and I'm not gonna lie, it did sound like he was saying he'd rather fight John
Tyson
Jones.
Was crazy, yeah.
He said Mike Tyson's crazy.
And I was like,
and John jumped up like, oh, I wish we would have had AT film it.
Yeah, or fucking meta glasses.
Yeah, something crazy. Because the moment was like organic. Oh no, first of all, that's not what happened. He had a big ass Samoan bodyguard. Dude following him.
And that's what Mike said.
I said, you his bodyguard? He don't need you. You probably need him. And everybody started laughing and shit. And he was like, nah, he's bait. This is what he said. I swear to God, he said, sometimes it just be a lot of people and he's just like there to keep them. Like he's a barrier.
It's
like,
optics, yeah.
I'm not a threat of somebody running up on punching me like somebody. You know what I mean? Like he didn't say that, but like that was his vibe. He's like, nah, he's really there just to get back. He's riot control.
Yeah.
And we all started laughing. I was like, I gotta ask you a question. And John Grimes was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, what is it? And I said, and I asked him, would you rather 1 round prime Mike Tyson or 1 round prime John Bones Jones? And he was like, man, Tyson is crazy. And Grammy was like, oh, he's pushing me and shit. Like, get off me, nigga. Like, he's like, I'm like, that ain't what he said. Hold on. I said, what would you choose? And he said, I'm going to tell you why I'll choose Tyson. He was like, I'm like, yeah, I told you. He said, MMA fighters were crazy, but we're smart. And we'll do something that will like mentally mess you up and then we can hurt you. He's something like to that extent, like we're deranged. We're trained to kill. Boxing is like an art. You know what I mean? It's like, I knock you out. Cool. Go to my corner. MMA, you hit somebody and they fall, your brain is finish them. And he said, I would choose Tyson.
For the record, he's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Yo.
I was like,
I thought he was built like Shea Gillis-Alexander.
I thought his bro was skinny. He walked past and I was like,
that motherfucker like Rodman. He looked like Dennis Rodman,
he
dog.
like he'd beat somebody's ass. Like, there's no
No,
way.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Fucking octagon, I'd be like, sir, no more. I'll just go ahead and sign out.
I thought he was like a little taller than like Mayweather frame.
Yeah, no,
Bro, he looks
huge.
like Dennis Rodman. He's big as shit.
Tall as shit.
Tall as fuck. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Sometimes you think to yourself, would my punch affect somebody? And I thought that day, I don't think I could hurt that man.
And I don't even think he had the cauliflower ears, which was way more impressive.
Which is crazy, right? Like he's not getting touched.
Like he's not even getting touched. That's what I was like, oh shit. So shout out Stylebender, man, for
that
the
was
love.
Dope.
He was super chill too. He wasn't on no Hollywood shit or
no,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I love that's my favorite, and that's when you know you in the Hollywood like that when everybody act normal.
Yeah, bro, it's different. Like
I never ask for pictures from anybody in general, so I can just tell like they can feel that vibe and go, these niggas ain't asking for pictures, they must be cool, or they don't know who I am. But in reality, it's that we're just not asking for pictures.
because he was taking a lot of pictures.
Yeah, that's some nigga waiting at the bathroom for him. As soon as he came out, I was like,
When Ruben introduced me to Godfrey, there was dudes taking pictures. I was like, nah, hold on, Rube, let them finish taking the pictures. And the dude was taking, like, his wife was taking a picture with Godfrey. And he said something like, oh, so it's fuck my picture, huh? He said it like keying, but I was be like, nigga, he don't have to take a picture with you. Like, I was the one that said, hold on, let him finish taking a picture with his girl because he's about to introduce me to Godfrey. We're going to be talking for a second.
right.
So I want to tell dude, relax, nigga. But, and that's not even that. So me and Grimy are sitting there talking. We're trying to get Godfrey on a podcast. And we see that Russell Peters there. Russell Peters is one of the biggest comedians ever. I said, I'm going to go tell Russell Peters something and get him on a podcast. What did you say?
I said, you had a better chance of
With Godfrey.
than you had Russell Peters.
And I said, nah, I got a better chance with Russell Peters. He said, his kid's here. Shout out Russell here about his kid and his wife. I was like, nah, watch this. So what he didn't know and wasn't going to tell him, I wish I would have bet him because I would have got the money he just won off Keith, is that Lord Finesse, shout out Lord Finesse, legendary, digging in the crates. Me and him are cool. He was on my live one time. We talked. We always interact. He's like, that's his brother. Russell Peters is his brother. And I said, I'm trying to get him on a podcast. He said, tell him that I sent you and he'll do the podcast. Now, it's Hollywood, so you like, nah. So I walked up to Russell. I said, first Russell spoke to me. He said he thought me and him was these commentators for a UFC or some shit.
Yeah, something like that, like a podcast. DJ
Ock and Jocker. I can't remember, but he was like, y'all look shorter. We started laughing. So I walked up to him. I was like, Russell, I was like, a mutual friend of ours, someone you know, told me that if I asked you to be on a podcast, you would do it. His name is Lord Finesse. He's like, that's not my friend. I was like, oh, that's not what he told me. He was like, that's my brother. I was like, well, that's what he said, but I didn't want to overdo it. He was like, nah, it's whatever. You podcast? I said, we film across the street. Not tonight, but he was like, I'm down. I said, all right, I didn't expect that. I said, what do I got to do? He said, take my number. Put the number in. He said, cool. He was like, text me and say, Lord Finesse sent you so I can make sure I block the number when you call. So I started laughing, right? So I'm like, it's funny because he's a comedian, but I'm like, maybe that's the Varnell Hill. Yeah, if you out in LA, come join. So I texted him like, yo, boom, boom, boom. I immediately hit Lord Finesse. Yo, appreciate you, bro. Make sure you reiterate when you see him. He said, I'll be with him in Vegas this weekend. I got you. I'm cool with Godfrey too. Oh, line that up too, nigga. We trying to get this shit booming.
The world is small at the next level, bro. Like the world is very small. Like you're a step away from getting in contact with whoever you want.
Look at our lives, bro.
Bro,
this is bro, what we're just telling y'all is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
The cost of living in
72
LA
hours.
is the benefit of all the things you can get.
Oh my bro.
You paying for proximity. We are out here, and any given day, you can meet or greet the person that could change your life or be a portion of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to know that we're in the right spots. We position ourselves in the right places, and we show up. Showing up, honestly, is the first part. You have to show up. If you skip Ruby Tuesdays on a random Tuesday, you don't run into who you run into. If you skip going to the clubs that night, you don't run, like, any given night, you can run into somebody.
The rapper Tech Nine was there too.
Let me
He's a legend.
rewind Tuesday night, 1 hour earlier than the podcast. So I go get the ice from the gas station because he be drinking the drinks provided at the podcast, Captain Kirk's. Shout out Captain Kirk.
Shout out Captain. Hey, if you want to sponsor us too,
yeah.
Feel free, my man.
Shout out Captain Kirk's, New York. So I go get ice for the drink, rum punch. I go in there and get my 3 cups of ice. When I walk in, this nigga behind me walking in a hoodie. And I was like, kind of look over my shoulder like,
hold on. But that's normally what Trent would do.
Right.
But Trent's still
Shout
in
out
Atlanta.
Trent, filming in Atlanta.
Got his role extended. Shout out Trent Mason.
Trent Mason.
You're
a
legend, young man.
I'm going to say that into the camera. We're going to be working for Trent Mason one day, y'all. So I go get the ice. I'm like, we're going to be drinking liquor. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be drinking for the podcast. I go in there, nigga behind me with a hoodie on. I say, all right, whatever. I ain't tripping off that. But why nigga in the hoodie? It's fucking LA in the fucking summertime. So I go get the 3 cups of ice, and now I'm in the back of the line. Nigga in the hoodie is in front of me. But from behind, I go, that nigga in a big ass warm outfit, hoodie, sweatpants, black sweatpants. But then I see him pull up his pants, and I see the watch, and I go, that's a shiny ass fucking watch. He turn around, look at me, up and down kind of shit, like just make sure who behind me type shit. The thing I just did when I saw a nigga in the hoodie behind me, so, oh, that's fair. I'll let him do the one look.
Fair play.
Looks me up and down. I was like, okay, cool. Damn, dude look kind of familiar, whatever. Does it about 2 more times. By the 3rd time, I'm like, that like the nigga that created Blackish. And so I'm like, I think that's him, bro.
Kenya Barris.
And so,
oh, he's a fucking legend. Shout out Kenya Barris.
So I'm like, I'm about to go say, hey man, I love the show. But it's the 4th time he done looked back and did the whole like this nigga behind me vibe. And I'm like, oh, does he think I'm some kind of I'm not a threat.
I'm a safe nigga.
I'm the safest nigga here. But the nigga did it 3-4 times. And I'm like, I can't even do the whole, hey, I was waiting on like a black man, what's up head. So I just go ahead and do the intro. Like, hey, bro, I know who you are, all good. I'm actually a stand-up comic, but I did watch Black AF on Netflix.
I watched it about 8 times.
We enjoyed it, right?
Keeping it a buck.
So I was like, ready to give my whole speech. Like, but I don't buy the celebrities to give me like an entryway. But I was at look 3, I said, hey, man.
What the fuck
I'm
you
not
doing?
that kind of a nigga. So he walks, he does his shit, buys his shit, just walks clean the fuck out. It's like a sick-ass car. And then
NSX flexing.
So I matter of fact to go to the register guy. I said, man, I think that was the guy that created a TV show. I couldn't think of his name. I was shooting blanks, dead ass. Only had his last name, couldn't think of his first name while I'm standing behind him. That's mainly the reason why I didn't speak, because I was just like, damn, I don't want to say his last name, that feels creepy. But then after the 3rd look, I was like, okay, maybe I'm the weirdo here. But the cash register guy goes, oh, I saw his watch. I said, that dude's got to be somebody, because that watch was crazy. And I was like,
flexing.
Blackish. I say Blackish the last second. Oh, right, whatever.
Mixish, Black AF. Oh, he's doing a bunch of shit.
But then I go, man, the fuck, man, we on Sunset Boulevard. I'm not that kind of a guy. And all I thought about when I walked out the gas station is a black man could get rich enough that he turned into a white woman. Because that nigga looked at me like I was a villain. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm not, you gotta know what kind of nigga you looking for. It ain't me.
I got a Bass Pro Shop hat on.
I got a Bass Pro Shop hat on. I'm holding 3 cups of ice. I'm not the villain in this fucking, I was like, how far away from the hood are you now that you can't even look back and go, that nigga's not a bother.
That nigga's not a boss.
I was like, God damn. As I go across the street to meet Tiffany Haddish, I'm over like, this nigga just gave me the fucking belly from intro scene vibes. Like,
heavy, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm like, damn, dog. So I'm like, man, hey, Kenya Barris, man. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet on better terms, man. But
the funny thing you said about that is like a black nigga so rich he turned into a white woman. When I did Underground Lounge with Spanking them, I heard this joke before, but he brought it up on that. They says, anything somebody ever said to you on the internet that actually bothered you. He was like, one time, like, where I told a joke, he said he was a black dude. He's the only black dude into his neighborhood. He moved around a bunch of white people. He was getting money and shit. And he said he was standing there talking to his white neighbors, and some black people pulled up, like, with moving trucks. And he was like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, who the fuck is he? And the white dude was like, that's the 2nd black family that moved into the neighborhood. And he said he looked at him like, who the fuck's the first? He was like basically saying like I done made it. I made it so much I forgot I was the other nigga in the neighborhood. And he said people was like you self-hating and all like
Who the fuck the first?
who the fuck's the first? And so. So that reminded me of that when you said that shit,
bro. I just thought it was funny, but I was like, man, that's a success level I want to get just under. Bro, when I started looking at niggas like every nigga's a villain, not every nigga. I want to be just under that. But I'm like, cause I thought to myself, if Dave Chappelle was in line in front of me, I don't think Dave would do that.
No, listen.
I was like, they would do. They would be like,
when I moved into my neighborhood back home, all white gated community. You know what I'm saying? One way in, well, two ways in, but. It's a community. And I remember I was like one of the only black dudes. I knew the other dude because we rode motorcycles together. He had some bread from businesses. One day I'm walking on the street and I see a nigga driving by in a Z06 Corvette drop top and he gave me the head nod. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like when these niggas moved in, it ended up being a girl that I'm super cool with her husband. And when after like 30 minutes of thinking about it, I was like, I know that nigga from somewhere. I went right on Facebook. Hey, y'all live in Plum? She was like, how you know? I was like, nigga, I live on the street. She's like, me too, man. I just saw your husband. She's like, oh, shit, man, he got a yellow Corvette. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. But I immediately was like, who's this nigga in my neighborhood?
No, trust me. I used to live I lived on the last street in West LA, and that across the street was Santa Monica. I was my only black neighbor. And I had my Dodge Charger back then, too. So I'm like, when you see me come down, I used to have a joke where it's like, hey, how's it going? Are you here for John? Yeah, he's right down the street. And if you can just turn that music down a little bit, yeah, right there, you can't miss a black Charger right there. Like my white neighbor was like, oh, you must be here for John, because there's nobody else you should be driving down the street for. Like I remember when I was the black neighbor, and I used to think that shit was like, I don't try to avoid niggas, but I do want to go a place where I go, well, I think should go okay. I will be the only drama on this street, is what I mean by that. Like, if shit going down, it's me being
I'm
going
the primary
down.
suspect.
Absolutely. Let me be the nigga y'all go, that goes to the neighborhood. It's me.
So let's do this before we go to this last thing. We're going to run down the names of all the celebrities in the last 72 hours that we met. So Nate Jackson
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. Nate Burleson.
Yep.
Method Man.
Yep.
Janelle James. Yep. And I mean, I can name the other stars on that show too that were there. I didn't meet them, but
only if you locked eyes. We'll deal with them when we meet them later.
Okay. I said Janelle James, right? Tuesday.
Kenya Barris. Tiffany
Haddish. Russell Peters. Tech Nine. Stylebender. Godfrey.
Bobby Lee was there. And Finesse Mitchell was there. We already know.
Finesse Mitchell. Adam Ray. Was anybody else that we seen there?
I can't think of it now what that was. Somebody else. But yeah. Even downstairs, there was like people down there.
There was people downstairs. So that's 13 celebs in a 72-hour period. They were like, oh shit, this is dope.
It's real, man.
So I got a question for you because I know we got to wrap it up soon.
Sure.
Well, a couple questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be able to bench two? I'll do a quick this or that. Then I'll ask your questions.
Oh, you can this that first?
Yeah. This or that first. You got this or that?
Yeah, why not?
All right, fuck it. Bench 225 for 10 or run 5 miles in less than 7 minutes each mile?
225 10 times. Easy.
Okay. Would you rather be able to hit a Major League Baseball fastball 1 out of every 4 pitches or be able to average 25, 7, and 7 in the NBA?
NBA all day.
Is that because you like the sport better? Or what's a harder task?
Bro, averaging 25, 7, and 7 is a Hall of Fame career. Somebody batting 250, you're not getting the Hall of Fame. They respect you.
A fastball.
1 out of 4 is 250, batting 250. Yeah, that's not good enough. That's Hall of Fame, 25, 7, and 7.
All right, if you had a chance, would you end world hunger or end the all wars forever? Like create world peace.
Oh, wars.
And wars?
Yeah.
All right. Be the best comic ever, but can't sell any tickets. Or be mediocre, but sell out arenas.
You're looking at him.
Mediocre, but
option A.
Option A?
Option A.
Okay.
Until I sell out arenas.
Amateur porn or high production?
Oh, amateur.
Amateur homemade?
Yeah. More down to earth.
Yeah.
I don't even have nice cameras for all that.
I only got one more. I only got 10 out of 7.
Right.
A woman who cook and is cute, or one who can fuck real good but is ugly?
You know I'm going with the bad fives all day.
Bad fives.
Bad fives.
VA hospital worker.
Yes. Give me that lazy eye.
All right.
Okay, I got some for you. The Rock or Stone Cold?
The Rock.
Freddie or Michael Myers?
I think we did this. I'm going to do Michael Myers.
Lil' Kim or Lizzo?
Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim now or Lizzo?
Little Kim. What the fuck you talking about?
Watch gay porn or make gay porn?
Watch gay porn.
Hey, yo.
Got to get right out of there. Pause.
That's crazy.
Moving on to the next one.
Grapes or strawberries?
Strawberries.
2 gay answers. All right.
No, wait. Purple or green grapes?
Green grapes.
Green grapes.
All right. Bugatti or Cullinan?
Cullinan.
Jenny Jones or Jenny Craig?
No, Bugatti.
Bugatti, okay. Jenny Jones or Jenny Craig?
Jenny Jones.
Fat ass. Lose a leg or an arm?
Oh, shit. Fuck you, bruh. Arm.
Let a barbell fall on your head or a nigga nuts fall on your head?
Oh, barbell. I gotta go to the aid station, nigga. Fuck that. Nah.
Oh, shit.
That's it?
Big Lil' Kim fan are you, huh?
Oh, look, bro. I used to jack off to the cover of her when she was squatting down with that thong.
Oh, gotcha.
When I was a kid.
Gotcha. And so you would rather watch gay porn. That was the last one?
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I forgot one for you.
All right.
Mayweather or Ali?
Ali.
Ali?
Yeah, because I don't know who said this, but they said only one of them could jog through the neighborhood at the height of their career, and nobody bothered them.
That's facts.
I was like, that's dope. That's a dope. Mike Tyson. They asked Mike Tyson, Ali or Mayweather. He said that Ali could jog through any neighborhood while he was training, and nobody said shit to him. Just let him run. I was like, that's how much respect he had. Like, don't bother him.
But there is a difference. One is a fucking heavyweight, and the other one is like lightweight or some shit.
You know, I'm just saying, like the virtue of the champion. I mean, like Mayweather's so. It's different kinds of show.
Oh, he was a draft dodger. He was like
people's champion that people are like, nah, let him cook.
He was an activist.
Everything, yeah, all that.
Yeah, he was. As a person, he's definitely a better person.
What he stood for and like the respect he garnered. And like to this day, even though he's 51-5 versus Mayweather being like 50-0, his 51-5 is more considered the greatest, even still.
Yeah.
He's still considered the greatest, even if. And heavyweight matters.
I got a challenge for you, Floyd Mayweather. If you could read one page out of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll donate $750,000 to your charity.
That was prime internet days right there. I got 2 questions for you, and then I'll one question, and then you can go.
All right, go ahead.
Your questions.
Oh, my question first?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so if money was no issue at all, what is something that you would do that you wouldn't do now? Like that you got to consider, like, is money's not an issue? And I mean like a minor, whatever. If money's not an issue, what are you doing now? What would you do that you wouldn't do now?
I think I would probably open up more. I'll build more basketball parks in neighborhoods, urban neighborhoods, or build gyms.
No. Let me reframe it. I'm saying like something that this like everyday thing that you like. If I had the money, I just wouldn't care. I would do it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Probably eat lamb.
Eat lamb
in like a really nice restaurant for lunch every day.
I wouldn't care where I parked.
Oh, that's also asshole behavior. Yeah,
I would just park wherever because I don't give a fuck about the ticket or you tow it or whatever. I don't care. I'm parking here.
Leaving your car running was my other flex I used to do. Just leave it. You ever see niggas just leave their car running while they get out and talk to niggas? I'd be like,
I'll do that.
Leave your car running? Money is crazy.
Yeah, I would parking would be the thing. I would just park wherever the fuck I want and just throw the keys to valet, whatever. I don't care.
Leave your car running different if you got like fucking 8 miles a gallon.
Yeah,
car.
you got a Charger. That shit is.
Nigga, a Porsche, anything that shit burn fast, like you gonna leave that bitch run, that Cullinan running? That's a V12, nigga. The fuck?
That fucking 6 liter, you ain't drinking that.
He's wide. Turn it off.
Yeah,
Nah.
so you would eat lamb.
Yeah,
I would just park wherever.
I'll eat lamb and solicit nudes at a set price.
Like, whoa, what you mean? Like we had Tiffany on here and she said like 300 for the titties?
Just for the hell of it. I would just be like, yo, I want to see your titties, but I only have $400. So you want to do that? And then just see if they did it. Just see how many people I could break.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be on a documentary once you get famous.
I'm soliciting. You can say no. Everybody gets DMs.
You're going to be on some Harvey Weinstein.
If you accept the Apple Cash, that's on you. Apple Cash for the news. If you say yes, I just want to see, oh, I can't believe you did that with your whole family right there. Okay, cool. And just start just seeing how people
good, because I know you
got it. Is it cheating if your girl give out her Instagram?
Ooh. What's the scenario?
I'll make these. Dudes say, how you doing? You beautiful. Oh, thanks so much. Hey, can I get your number? No, thank you. All right, that's all good. Can I get your Instagram?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
For sure, that's cheating.
Ladies, is that cheating?
Ladies, that's so cheating.
If a man says, can I get your number? You say, no, I got a boyfriend. Sorry. He says, well, can I get your Instagram?
That's cheating.
That's
ladies.
cheating, right?
Because he offered a way to reach you telephonically, and you said no. But he said, all right, I'll still reach out to you telephonically, just not with 10 digits. And you said yes. He's giving him access to you. Therefore, there is something there that made you go, you know what? Fuck it. You know what's first in a text? A DM, bitch. You're cheating. And lastly, how old were you when you stopped letting your barber hold your lips to line you up?
My lips?
Yeah, like
my barber ain't never held my
fucking lips closed to.
My barber never did that.
You don't,
bro. Go press charges on that nigga, bro. My barber never did this.
So like, hold him closed so he can get the.
He'll tell me close your mouth.
He tells you to close your mouth.
Yeah, close do this.
But like when you were like a couple years ago, like when you were younger, you didn't know that though, right?
No,
so he held your lips closed.
Me going back to thinking about the youngest I ever was going to that I can remember going to a barbershop was probably like 6th grade. I can't remember before that, like where I was going. So in 6th grade, my football coach used to cut all of our hairs out of his house, and he was like, "Do this."
So you never had your lips held?
Nah. You was coming out the closet on this episode?
No, but like, I thought all barbers did that. The whole shop did it.
That's a cult, bro. I didn't even know what the fuck we were talking about. When you said that, I was like, nigga, I thought it was a trick question. What?
You don't get your...
Nah.
So you do it yourself now. You hold your own lips closed.
Matter of fact, I might not even do this. It might just be this whole still, bruh.
Huh. Well, we got to talk to a Better Business Bureau. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Bro, you've been... You ever see them? If you were a victim of... If you... one of them... If you were...
the lip holders.
If you were a patient at this facility in between 99 and 2007, you may be entitled to compensation.
That's crazy.
Well, that's maybe why you don't have a fucking mustache now.
Don't touch my face. I'll do it myself.
That nigga got PTSD. There goes the answer to all y'all questions. Why this nigga don't got a mustache? Because he got trauma. He's unpacking baggage. He was a victim of assault as a youth. You ever see them videos where they're like, they do like this, the prank one?
Yo, yeah.
They was doing that to you. You was just going with the flow.
Yeah, when I got to LA though.
That's crazy. You was in Hollywood. you was getting your haircut. You was on Santa Monica Boulevard getting your fucking mustache.
West Hollywood barbers.
Fuck that. Hey, man. Hey, it's been another great episode. Oh, this comes out. Happy birthday to Tony Rock. His birthday is tomorrow. The legend, he's our big brother. He's the elder statesman, man. He give us guidance and opportunity. So, bro, we love you, man. Happy birthday. We wish you another 50 of them, if not more. This is the Mike Murphy Show. I'm your host.
Shine Grimes.
Comedian Mike Murphy, my man.
I went the wrong cue. Recut that. What was in that? All right, I'm John Grimes. That's Mike Murphy, the host.
I'm your host, Comedian Mike Murphy. This is my co-host, my man, 100 grand.
John Grimes.
And we will see. Oh, before we go, please hit the subscribe button if you didn't. Like, comment, let us know what you think, man. The episodes are getting better. We appreciate all the support, man. We'll see y'all next week.